Hello, I'm Beth Fabrizio. I am a retired band director from upstate New York after 36 years in the classroom. I was introduced to D'Addario reeds in the early 2000s when D'Addario purchased the Rico Corporation, and I was introduced to that reed for the very first time. I would have to say that I love most the ease of playing, the consistency box to box of the reeds, the clarity of articulation, and the flexibility that the reeds allow me in performance of any style of literature that I happen to be performing at any time, as well as my students. It's always a gift when you can share with your students how consistent a reed is going to be and make sure that they feel comfortable with the quality of the reed that they're performing on at any time. The different lines of D'Addario reeds that are available are the Reserve Classic, and the Reserve Evolution. The Reserve is the entry level to what we would consider any level of clarinetist, but what I would consider the intermediate level of reed step. Easy to control, and again, approachable by any level of clarinetist. The Reserve Classic line is what I would consider the next level up. It has a magnificent, richer tone quality across the board, and a little bit darker than the Reserve. Allows more flexibility through ranges and through articulative passages, and approachable again by any level of clarinetist. And third is our Reserve Evolution line, and that takes this to another level with even a darker, richer tone color of the Reserve line, more flexible, or the most flexible of the three, and ideal again for those professionals or collegiate students that may be experimenting with that next level up. My favorite Reserve reed is the Reserve Classic. I have had the most success with the Reserve Classic with not only myself but with my students for quality, consistency, and again, I play with a darker sound than some, and I feel that it allows me that flexibility and that resonance across the board, and I truly believe it is the state of the art in our profession at this time. The neat part about all of this is that many times reeds are designed specifically for one mouthpiece or one mouthpiece facing. All of the D'Addario lines are interchangeable with anything that may be out there that you may be using with your students, you may be using as an individual performer, or maybe using in your private studio. So please feel free to adjust and monitor or change and try all of the reed lines along with any of the mouthpieces or ligatures that you may be using at this time. What I love most about my D'Addario Reserve Classic reeds is probably the number one point right now in my mind, which is the fact that they are USDA Certified Organic, which means there are no harmful pesticides or chemicals of any kind used during the manufacturing process. It truly is the next step in what I consider the state of the art of the reed making. If you have any other questions about the D'Addario Reserve line or any of the D'Addario products, please reach out to your Sweetwater sales engineer.